Hey guys, so congratulations on buying your new handy. We just want to go over a couple of tips and tricks on how it works, a bit of an explanation on how some of the functions are and what you get when you start off. So first of all, this is the base handy unit, what you'll receive on purchasing what we have as a base unit. That'll be the handy itself. It'll include one battery pack. It can either be in this side or that side. On the opposite side, you'll have your space for your second battery pack and the wheel wells. Obviously you've got your arm motors, your tilt motors. This here's your hitch for the front. This will have a spare set of pins that will come down here to lock in your implement. As far as that goes, these are used for your lights. They come stock with it. This here doesn't. This here's a charge controller ready for the solar panel attachment, which you would attach on here, which we'll cover in further videos. Over on this side here, you can your control box, and I'll just spin it around here. So that's your hand piece obviously, but this is your control box. Under here you have two tabs. You have your 12 volt for your 12 volt and the auxiliary implements, and then you have your USB-C and your USB normal adapter for charging your mobile phone or whatever you want to charge in there. Just actually pop back on there to keep them watertight. Here is your on and off for your PTO, so if it's on and you haven't got a PTO attachment plugged in, you'll hear it beep like so. So you switch that off and it stops beeping. This is your main switch, so you've got on, it is now, off, and then out. That's to remove this key for safety reasons. You can then put that back in, back off, and back on, and she's alive. When it starts up, it'll make that noise as you just heard. That just means the program's gone through its preliminary checks to ensure that everything's functional, and then you can drive. If you don't hear that noise, or if by chance you grab the dead man switch and it doesn't move, there's a good chance that it's thrown an error code. You might have damaged something, whatever it is. You will then have to open up the inspection box here and search for D4, which will have a light instructions that will tell you can come back to your manual and find out what the error is, either change your fuse or contact us and we can give you further assistance with that. So here we have the control unit. This here will come with the handy stand obviously. The control unit has 4 on chassis mounting points, so it's got one here, 2 up the top, one here and one here, and one of the same on the other side to hang them on. So these mounting points, these 2 on the side here are for either storage or for moving if you've got it on a trailer or whatever you do. Just a bit more solid to hang onto than the seat. And then the 2 up the top here are for if you've got the platform on the back to stand on, and that's where you hook your control onto, then control from there. As far as the controls goes, I'll give you a quick rundown on the features on them. So your main axis, forwards, backwards, side to side for controlling for your driving. All features require the dead man switch on the back here to be depressed to make the vehicle move. If that's not depressed, there's no movement. As soon as that's pressed, it'll drive. Same again for the joystick. So this joystick, this is for the moving the arms up. Sorry. So it's down, forwards down, back is up, left and right is to tilt the arms. Then on here you've got the drive speed, which is self-explanatory. Arms boom, that's for whether you want to control the arms of the boom with your thumb joystick. APU speed, APU stands for auxiliary power unit. We don't have a PTO because we're not taking the power off a primary motor, we're just producing a separate power unit, and that's for your control box, it's for your implement that you'll be using, whatever that may be. Then up here we have leveling arms for your arm leveling, and that I'll show you here. You can simply press the dead man switch, and if you go left or right, you can then trim your arms. Either if you're on a hill you want to level up your load, or if you want to pick up an implement on the side, or if you want to cut into a bank or whatever that may be, that's what that's for. Then over here your APU speed, and in line with your forwards and reverse for your APU, so that there will control your top speed. Right down to left is off, and then as you go up it turns it back on again. The APU will not function without without turning your switch on the back here on. That there you keep off just to stop the beeper noise because it's annoying. That just refers that there's no implements attached to that point in time. So there you have the basic setup of the handy of the base unit, and from there on whatever implements we have.